Greetings, Elite Knights! This is Matt Harpatrick. Well, we've seen a bunch of double feature movies released this year. One that did better than the problematic one, two that decided to join forces to create an influential meme, and then you have a triple feature where two were in theaters and the other streaming. And surprisingly and unsurprisingly, the streaming became the victor and contender of 2023. It's the one anime movie we thought was dead but ended up coming back to life. Based on the graphic novel by N.D. Stevenson, this was an anime movie we thought we might never see again based on what happened recently. Allow me to explain. Nimona was supposed to be an anime film made by Blue Sky Studios, the same people behind the Ice Age movies. But ever since the Disney and Fox acquisition and the new bosses were rather picky at what content they would like to present, Blue Sky unfortunately shut down on April 2021, completing only 75% of the movie. However, Netflix came in and decided to acquire the rights to the movie and allow Annapurna Pictures to finish the rest of the production. Ever since the release, it has been dubbed by many animation fans as the final film by Blue Sky Studios, complete with its own subliminal message saying Blue Sky never dies. Welcome to another episode of The Wonder Reviews. It's time for the Shapeshifter movie to go metal in the best way. This is the final unofficial Blue Sky movie, Nimona. It's the story of a man named Balser, played by Riz Ahmed, who was about to be knighted. Suddenly, during his initiation, his sword blasted the queen, killing her instantly. Now he's being accused of a crime he didn't commit and goes into hiding. But he encountered a mischievous shapeshifter named Nimona, played by Chloe Grace Moretz, that wants to become his sidekick and create chaos together. When no one else to turn to for help, Balser begrudgingly agrees to team up with Nimona to find the real culprit and clear his name. The best way to describe the story is that it's basically a modern-style fairy tale. The fantasy element comes from Nimona and the Knights of the Kingdom, and the modern take emphasizes on the advanced technology used in the film like social networking, cell phones, and a few others. In a rather bizarre twist, the world that the characters live in is actually intriguing. It does explore the legend of the kingdom and the Institute of the Knights. However, the film has an emotional message of accepting others, no matter how different they may be. And this is more evident with the two leads and how everyone's been treating them. During the interactions between Balser and Nimona, he does understand why she freely chooses what form she would like to shapeshift and what makes her Nimona, and the system like the Institute has issues that needs to be updated. Before Balser was accused, the kingdom had a tradition that only royal people can be knighted. However, he's a commoner, not related to any legends or regal rulers. So, when he worked hard to become a knight for years, that brought change to the kingdom but still keep the basic traditions intact. While others like Ambrosia say it's a nice change of pace, but there are some, especially the ruthless one, want to keep everything the same and destroy what is different. But then there's the humor and heart of the film. It may seem like a serious fairy tale, but there are some jokes meant to make the film energetic and identify the characters. And the heart comes from the relationship between the cast, like Balser learning to understand Nimona, his relationship with Ambrosius, and Nimona wanting to be accepted as Nimona instead of being labeled as a monster. The story reveals so much about the kingdom and who Nimona and Balser are, you actually root for the duo even though they're calling them villains. Just because Nimona has the ability to shapeshift to any animal or person, that doesn't automatically make her a monster. And even if Balser doesn't have any real blood, there are some real ways in what makes someone a hero. The real monster comes from those that want to eliminate something or someone for being different by brute force. Unlike the obstacles that are after Nimona and Balser, we actually got to know the characters individually and what makes them not only memorable, but fleshed out as well. For the title character, Nimona is the hyperactive rebel shapeshifter that wants to team up with Balser and roam the kingdom freely to cause some mischief. Her role in the movie is pretty much similar to Shrek from the first movie, where if everybody's going to call her a monster, then she might as well play monster and spread trouble. However, all she ever wants is to be accepted as Nimona instead of being called a terrifying creature. She even has a tragic past, which ended up explaining everything on how the kingdom was created. So she decided to team up with the one person that should understand the same situation she's going through, Balser Boldheart. He's the exact opposite of Nimona, where he prefers smart thinking and interrogating to solve the problem compared to his sidekick, who likes to do some violence. But Balser just wants to apprehend the culprit who framed him and become a knight again. But as the movie progresses, Balser does notice some flaws in the Institute that is just keeping him from proving his innocence no matter what he does and how wrong they were about the world beyond the kingdom. That's when he finally got to know Nimona and solve the problem. There is also Ambrosius Goldenloyd, Ballister's boyfriend and knight who is descendant of the founder of the kingdom, Glorith. He's the only person that believes Ballister is not a serial killer and doesn't want anything bad happen to him. But as a knight, he has to make sure the citizens of the kingdom are safe from danger. The only character I really didn't like throughout the movie and was stopping me from giving this an A+ is Todd, the dim-witted knight who does nothing but bully Ballister both before and after the queen's death. His jokes are never funny, and he's such a cliché bully, I was actually hoping Nimona would turn to a dragon and just eat the guy. I know Nimona wouldn't be the eating type, but I feel like the movie would be perfect without Todd. In fact, the film already has an unfriendly character named the Director, and she is three-dimensional. I won't spoil too much just in case, but for her role in the movie, she becomes the new leader of the kingdom after the queen's death, and wants to ensure that the tradition they kept for 1,000 years remain the same, including knighting royal bloods and keeping the walls closed from the outside kingdom. While many animation fans call it the final film made by Blue Sky Studios, the animation done by Ampura along with DNEG Animation is absolutely incredible. Beginning with the designs, there's a lot of cel shading on the characters where they mix 2D animation with CGI. And the use of colors help emphasize the movie's theme of viewing things differently, like the knights are white and gray that are meant to identify their heroicness, while Nimona has some red and pink colors that make herself different than anyone she interacts with. The character animation gives the entire cast a lot of energy and even help make the humor enjoyable, from the facial expressions to the overdramatic moments when something crazy happens. For the kingdom they live in, it does show a grand scale of the place as an urban city with some futuristic technology with a touch of that fancy look. But there are still some small nature colors from the forest outside the kingdom. But I gotta say that the action and chase scenes are a lot of fun to watch, especially some of the scenes when Nimona turns into different animals. With each animal or person Nimona turns into, the animator gives them more of a Looney Tunes look in order to match Nimona's free-spirited personality, and the speed and the camera angles during the action scenes help make the transformations and the rest of the battle enjoyable on a grander scale. Oh, as a side note, it's weird that they used the Banana Split's Lala jingle for a Dragon cereal commercial, yet somehow it worked in context of the FNAF ripoff. I also like the voice acting in this for helping to bring these characters to life. So out of all the movies that were either shelved or scrapped, this was one of the movies people have been asking to come back, and I'm glad that this film got its chance on screen. Nimona is an ambitious project from Beyond the Grave that technically makes it the best anime movie made by Blue Sky Studios. The plot is engaging, the humor is funny, the themes are deep and strong, the characters are memorable, and the animation is unbelievably amazing. I highly recommend you go check this movie out, even if you are a fan of the graphic novel. This kingdom may call Ballister and Nimona villains or monsters, but movie viewers like me and readers of the graphic novel will see them as brave heroes. I give Nimona's movie an A, and it is rewarded the Diploma of Destiny. I'm Matt Harry Patrick. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm going out for some nachos. Hold the olives. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, check out these other videos, or feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming reviews and other projects. I'll see you soon.